Look, people tell you this election matters, that election matters. Every election matters because the type of government we have impacts on the country we are. But this election matters much more than most because the current government is hell-bent on trying to change our country, shame our country, send it backwards and bankrupt it. Worse than Whitlam is out of the frame and is accurate. That's why the election matters. You choose to been ferociously and publicly critical of the incoming president, Donald Trump.
We have an alliance with the US, we've got to deal with him, but that doesn't mean that you're uncritical about it. He scares the out of me.
For all the American predisposition for episodic craziness, look at Trump. How did that happen?
It is not anti-Semitic to expect that Israel should comply with international law that applies to all countries.
Many years ago, through to university, I threw newspapers, had a lawnmower run. I worked in a butcher shop after school and on Saturdays from grade 7 until I started uni. I have saved diligently over those years, and it allowed me to put together a deposit for a house. And I bought my first home at age 19, one of my proudest achievements.
For a decade, as many of you know, he was a Queensland cop, seeing people at their best and their worst. And that helps explain his passion to see sex offenders and drug dealers behind bars.
Australians are best served by smaller government which gets off their back, supports free enterprise and rips up regulation.
Under the coalition, he said, we can expect lower taxes and an end to climate policies, destroy manufacturing jobs and increase our cost of living pressures that are already some of the highest in the OECD. He's backed in his promise made here earlier on our show last year to honour our one national flag with new commitments today on Australia Day.
We're a country united under one flag, and if we're asking people to identify with different flags, no other country does that. And we are dividing our country unnecessarily.
If Peter Dutton gets elected, we can expect lower immigration, more stress on our national unity over our diversity, more focus on what brings us together rather than what makes us different. It's going to be a big year in politics, and it's a year in which your vote will be more important than ever. And during the Voice, you'll remember I implored you to speak up. I said if you spoke up, if the silent majority didn't stay silent on this huge constitutional issue, well, others would have the courage to find their voices too. Well, you did that. Look what happened. You made history. And you started to turn the tide in rejecting woke. You started to turn the tide in getting our country back. But let's not get complacent. Let's not think the job's been done. Only a change of government in Canberra will cement those wins. And that's the real fight 2025, the fight for Australia's future. We did it before with the Voice, and I am absolutely confident we can do it again. But it's only going to happen if you do what you did before. And it's our duty this year to keep it that way.